Hello guys, this is the user interface I'm going to create for the application. So the bank account application, and we can create checking and savings account, and we can enter the account number, check balance by clicking the balance button. We can enter the account number and transaction amount, select the amount type, transaction type, and click the do transaction button, and we can calculate show interest and apply interest on the savings account. Let's test the application. First, create a checking account. Just select the account type radio button and click create. This will create the account and give you the account number. Okay, now we can add the enter account number and check balance. Initially balance is 0. We can add the deposit the amount. Transaction of withdrawal with insufficient balance will be rejected. Let's try. Do rejected because insufficient balance. Okay, deposit will successful because we can add the amount. Okay, balance will be updated and transaction fee will be subtracted. 2.5 is the transaction fee. Let's check the withdraw. Okay, let's withdraw 97 and 50 transaction. Okay, transaction successful this time, so balance is updated and transaction fee is also deducted. Okay, now create savings account. Create, and 1002 is the account number of the savings account. Let's check balance. Balance 0. Okay, transaction 25,000. Let's withdraw. Withdraw won't succeed. Okay, deposit will be successful. Okay, we have now 25,000 in the bank account. Savings account have no transaction fee, so full amount is deposited. Now we check the interest rate. So this is the interest rate that we can earn from this amount of balance. Okay, if we apply, the interest rate will be deposited into the account. Apply, interest has been added, so it is updated. Now we can withdraw something, let's say 250, and withdraw. Transaction successful and amount is withdrawn. And if you click the exit button, this will exit. This is how this application will work. Let's develop it. Thank you. Hello guys. Some time ago, I wrote an application on Java bank accounts to simulate and implement ISA relationship, inheritance, and polymorphism. I wrote an abstract class account and two subclasses, saving account and checking account. I also wrote a menu-driven interface for the application to test application. Okay, today I am going to implement graphical user interface using Java Swing. Let's begin our coding. Okay, I have used the same old three classes, account and checking account and swing account, savings account. These classes and these codes are available on my GitHub repository, and I have linked it to the YouTube video also in the same playlist. Today I am going to implement swing interface. Let's begin. Add new class. For the swing implementation, I am not going to use swing templates or GUI maker. I am going to implement it by Java coding, by directly writing Java coding. Okay, let's write new class, bank UI. Okay, we will adopt simple strategy, extend the JFrame and implement the action listener. bank UI using Java Swing components. Let's do the imports. We need to import java.awt, import java.awt.event, and import javax.swing. Okay. Now here we extend the class, extend JFrame, and implements action listener to handle the button events. Okay, we need to override one function, action performed. Public void action performed. Action event event. Function to handle click events at override annotation. Okay. Let's set it at let access the source of event. Object source is equal to event.getSource. Okay, we will add further function short while. Okay, components. Okay, we need buttons, withdraw, deposit, and calculate interest, apply interest on account, savings account, and exit, and create new account. Create account. Okay. Then we need inputs, labels like account number, balance, amount, withdraw, and deposit. Okay, next, text fields. We need account number, and we need amount. Okay, I think that is fairly good. If we need, we may add it later. Okay, let's declare buttons. Private J button, btn withdraw, private J button, btn deposit, private J button, btn calculate interest, private J button, btn apply interest, private J button, btn exit, private J button, btn create. Okay, now labels. Private J label, LBL account number, private J label, LBL balance, private J label, LBL amount, private let's say J label, LBL message to convey message to user. Okay, and text fields. Private J text field, txt account number, private J text field, txt amount, private J text field, txt balance for account balance. Okay, we can also add check balance button. private J button BTN balance. Okay, let's begin with J panels to group the UI. Okay, private J panel, let's say input panel, private J panel, command panel. Okay, for buttons, for inputs. Okay, let's write a constructor to configure the components. Public bank UI constructor to set up the UI components. Okay, first thing first, set up frame features, set up inputs, set up commands, pack UI. Okay, let's set up the title. This dot set title bank account UI. Size, let's say we set it to 400, and initially 300, then we will improve it. This dot set preferred size, new dimension 400 300, location let's say 300 200, screen size, screen location. This dot set layout, let's say flow layout, and flow layout center, and distance between components 5 pixel, and vertically and horizontally. If needed, we can change it later. This dot set visible to true. Okay, and let's this dot set resizable to false, cannot resize. Okay, default close operation, this dot set default close operation, jframe dot close on exit, and we also need, I think, good to go. Okay, let's write functions to set up UI. Private void setup inputs, setup input components, call this function here setup inputs, and yeah, setup commands, private void setup commands. Okay, let's begin with jpanel. Okay, this dot input panel, new jpanel. Okay, now we set the size. We have here 300 and 400. 400 is width, height, and we can divide it for the input components. We have 1 2 3 and 4 labels and 3 components. Okay, I think 150 would be good enough. This dot input panel dot set preferred size, new dimension, and 380 and 150. Let's begin with it. Okay, we can this dot input panel dot set border factory dot create line border, and we can also create a title border, but line border is good. Color dot let's say black. Okay, add this panel to the frame. This dot add this dot input panel. Okay, let's create UI object here. Bank UI is equal to new bank UI. That's enough. We have set everything to run this. Okay, let's run it, and this is what we have here. Okay, let's resize few things, and 400, and let's say 600 and 400. 300 is good, I think. 200, 600. Okay, and 580, and this would be 120 would be enough. Okay, let's make it 560, and let's make it title border factory dot create title border inputs. Okay, let's view it. Okay, this is far better. Okay, now add the components. Okay, this dot LBL account number, new JLabel account number. Okay, set dimension, I think 120 and 30 would be good. Okay, add this dot input panel dot add this dot LBL account. Okay, text field, this dot txt account number, new JText field. Okay, this dot txt account number dot set preferred size, new dimension, and that is let's say 150 and 30. Okay, this dot input panel dot add this dot txt account. Okay, now we have created one label and one text field. Let's view it. Okay, let's copy this account number and paste it. This will save lot of over time. Okay, now balance account balance. Okay, LBL balance, and copy the reference and update these account balance. Okay, and this is txt balance. Update this one too. Okay, let's view it. Okay, we need to resize a bit. Let's make it 30 and 30. Okay, this is fairly good. Okay, make this text field non-editable. This dot txt balance dot set editable false. No balance manipulation allowed. Okay, now we need two radio buttons for withdraw and deposit. Okay, transaction buttons, private J radio button, RAD, withdraw, private J radio button, RAD, deposit. Okay, we also need account creation buttons. Okay, copy these two. Already checking and already savings. Okay, button groups. Private button group. Okay, transaction group. Private button group. Account group. Okay, let's first place transaction buttons. This dot already withdraw, new J radio button and withdraw. This dot already withdraw dot set preferred size, new dimension, and let's make it 75, 30 I think, otherwise we will change. And the second button, deposit. Okay, now add them to a group. This dot transaction group is equal to new button group. This dot transaction group dot add this dot already deposit dot add this dot already withdraw. Okay, this dot already withdraw dot now add to the panel. This dot input panel dot add. Same way add this one. This dot input panel dot add this dot already deposit. Okay, let's view it first. Okay, we have these buttons. Okay, need to increase the size. Okay, we can make it 120, 120 and 130, 250. Okay, we can make it 120. One 130. Okay, we now need a label for the amount and text field. Okay, this is transaction amount. LBL amount, transaction amount and change the variables, and this becomes txt amount. Let's view it. Okay, this is our UI and it is almost ready for the inputs. Okay, we need one more thing. We need two buttons to select the type of account being created. Okay, and input panel will make it 150, so we can add, let's add a J panel. J panel top is equal to new J panel top dot set preferred size, and let's say 340, and let's say 50, or let's say 40. New dimension. Okay, add it to panel. Input panel dot add top. Okay, set layout. Top dot set layout. New flow layout. Flow layout dot center and 5. Okay. Now add these two buttons for the transaction. Come here. Two buttons for account type. Checking and savings. Change the variables dot RAD checking dot RAD savings and add it to top instead of input panel. Top. Okay. Update these. Okay, let's view it. Okay. Okay. We need to add it on the top. So we need to create it before everything else right here. Okay, and it is little bigger. We make it dimension 540. Okay, this is perfect now. Here we can select, let's add a title also. Here JLabel LBL type is equal to new JLabel. Select account type. Okay, top dot add LBL type. I think it is good to go. Okay, select account type. Okay, now let's make one of them selected. This dot already checking dot set selected is equal to true. Same way, select one of these. Let's say withdraw. This dot already withdraw set selected true. Okay, when we start the window, one of them will be selected. Okay, we can change them later on if according to our, and make it editable so that we can input amount. So remove this one. Okay, so our input panel is ready. Now we will add the command buttons. Okay, add command buttons to the UI. Okay, same way we copy this panel for the command panel. Okay, dot command panel. Just change the reference and we have commands ready. Let's make it line border. Color dot black. Okay, let's just view it once. Okay, we need to add it. This dot add this dot command panel. It is good to view as you develop. So if there is something you want to change, you change it instantly. Okay, we need to increase this width a bit. Let's say 50. And this one also. Still we need some changes, so make it 400. Okay, it is a little bigger, so 380. Yeah, fairly good. We can still reduce it to 70. I think that will be good. Okay, yes, it is good. Okay, now we will add buttons into this panel. Okay, create button. This dot btn create is equal to new j button. Okay, this will be used for the account creation. Set preferred size, new dimension, and let's say 120. Okay, okay, now 30. This dot btn create dot add action listener. This object, when we add this class reference as a action listener, when the user click this button, this function will trap the event. Okay, add set preferred size. Okay, this dot command panel dot add this dot btn create. Okay, we simply copy this and update the references. Okay, check balance. Btn balance. When we enter account number and click this button, it will show the balance. Okay, and now we will update the references later. Let's add the buttons. This is balance and this is withdraw. And then deposit. Okay, now we have 4 buttons: balance and create and check, balance check, withdraw, and what left is exit. Okay, these are our buttons. Calculate interest and apply interest. 3 more buttons. Deposit button. Calc interest button. This will display the BTN calc interest earned on a savings account. Calc interest or show interest, let's say. Now apply interest dot BTN apply interest. This will add the interest into the savings account. Apply interest. Okay, the last button, exit. BTN exit. Okay, now update the references. Just copy paste and it will settle the GUI for you. I prefer to create GUI using the code instead of using a template. UI builders do not give you enough independence. With custom code, you can create UI according to your needs. And let's run this code to view the UI. Okay, this is our UI. Okay, let's make it a bit better. Okay, we can add this dot command panel dot set layout, new flow layout dot center, and this is equal to 10 and this is equal to 20. Okay, this will space them a bit more. And then okay, let's reduce the size and let's make it 100. 100 is smaller, so let's say 20. Okay, let's reduce the frame also. This one, mainframe 40 and 340. Okay, this is good. Okay, we can add colors and a lot of other things to make the UI looks better. Nowadays it is a trend to make dark UIs. Okay, as this is just an example for the beginners, so I am not going into the further details of beautifying the UI. Let's go to implement the backend coding. Okay, UI is ready. Okay, so we fold these so we have more space. Okay, let's create a function, private void create account. Okay, we can do a more better thing, like let's build a bank class bank. Okay, manage bank accounts. A good way to do logic and control the program outside of the UI. So we can use a list of bank accounts, import java.util dot let's say array list. Okay, we make collection of accounts, private array list account accounts. Okay, a constant account number creator. Let's make it sequential. Private static int private static int, let's say next account counter, let's start it with 1000. Okay, public bank empty list accounts new array list. Okay, or we can add couple of accounts for housekeeping so that we have some accounts to run. I don't need it, we can create accounts. Okay, public void add account. Okay, add account will take int account number, or let's say yes. Okay, no, add account. Okay, this dot account dot add account, add new account. Okay, get an account by the account, get account by account number, return for account accounts if account dot get account number is equal to account number, return account, otherwise return null. Find an account with given account number, at param account number. Okay, now deposit public boolean. Okay, let me see the return types. Int account number आ गया and void. Okay, bank void deposit, this is a wrapper, int account number double amount. Okay, get the account is equal to this dot get account number if account boolean. Let's use it. If account is equal to null, return false. Okay, otherwise add account dot deposit amount, return true if amount is greater than 0. Let's put a simple check here. Return false. Okay, deposit amount to a account, to an account, withdraw int account number double amount, withdraw an amount. We need to change few things, we do it later if we need. Okay, similarly get the account this dot get account. Okay, now first check null. If account is equal to null, return false. Okay, if balance is, if amount is less than 0, less than equal to 0, or account dot get balance is less than amount, return false. We cannot do it. These are the checks. Okay, now we have sufficient balance, withdraw it. Account dot withdraw amount, return true. Okay, rest of the things we can do from here. Okay, next ID, public int get next account number. Okay, this dot account, no, not this one, account counter plus plus return account counter. Okay, this will give us a sequential number whenever we need. Okay, let's get back to UI. Okay, write our function to create an account. Private void create account. Okay, we only need to check what is the type of account to be created. Account is equal to new, no, is equal to null. If this dot already check the checking account dot is selected. Okay, account is equal to new checking account. Okay, we add, let's create a reference to the bank. Private bank, create this object. This dot bank is equal to new bank. Okay, bank dot get next account number. Okay, checking account constructor. Okay, we also need a fee. Okay, static fee. Okay, let's make it public, or put it into bank. Private static double fee. Okay, we can get this through a public static double get fee, return fee. Let's make it static also. Okay, now UI, and we don't need this reference now, and bank dot get fee. Okay, this account is created now. Else, savings account. Okay, savings account, we need interest rate. Okay, bank, let's say we have a fixed private static double IR interest rate, let's say 0.05, 5%, just assumption. Normally this rate depends on inflation. Okay, write another function public static double get IR interest rate, return IR. Okay, so we pass IR and account number to the account creation. Account is equal to new savings account and bank dot get next account number and bank dot get IR. Okay, that's it. Now we need to add public bank dot add account number, account. Okay, let's write a utility function, private void show message string message. Okay, J option pane dot show message this and message, and this is information, and this is J option pane dot information message. Okay, let's say similar function for the private void show error string message, and we copy this, put it here and change the alert type. Error message. Okay, we can show the message to the show message, your account has been created. Okay, now function to create a bank account. Let's test it. If source dot equals this dot btn create, and we call this dot create account function, and let's add this else if equals this dot btn exit, we exit everything, system dot exit 0. Okay, let's run it. Okay, now we have checking account, so let's click create. So your account has been created. That's it. Okay, it is good so far. Now let's check account balance. Private void check balance function to check the account balance. Okay, parts account number. Okay, let's put account number, account dot get account number. Okay, this way we will get the account number. Okay, check balance, parts int account number is equal to, let's wrap it, try in case non-numeric input. Catch exception E. Okay, show error E dot get message, E dot to string. Okay, integer dot parts int this dot txt account number dot get text. Okay, we have the account number. Let's fetch the account. Account is equal to bank dot get account. Okay, now show the balance. This dot txt balance dot set text string dot format %.2f and $sign. We can create a currency instance to show the local currency symbol according to the local, and here I am hard coding it just for the sake of simplicity. Account.getBalance. Okay, let's run it. Okay, create one account. Your account number is 1001. Okay, we feed it here and we check the balance. Okay, we need to call the function. Else if source dot equals this dot btn balance, this dot check balance. Okay, create and 1001 check balance. So far the balance is 0. Okay, now withdraw and deposit. Private void withdraw, private void deposit. Okay, I think we added 2 extra things. We don't need these buttons. Okay, let me change it. Okay, we don't need these 2 buttons because we have a selection of transaction type, so need to change the buttons. These 2 buttons, we need single button btn transaction. Commands, do transaction. And remove this one. Let's run to see it. Okay, do transaction. Let's increase the size so that we can accommodate 3 buttons. 140, 140. Okay, this is good. Do transaction. We will use the type of transaction from here. Okay, so we need single function. Do transaction. Do the transaction of withdraw and deposit. Okay, first parse amount, try catch exception. E is the most broader exception in the Java programming. We can use the narrower one, number format exception. So let's, for the simplicity, we are using exception. Okay, show error e dot get message and new line and complete e dot to string. Okay, here double amount, double dot parse double this dot txt amount dot get text. Okay, now transaction type, and another thing we need here, int account number. integer dot or say int this dot txt account number dot get text. Okay, now account bank dot get account. Okay, if account is not equal to null, let me check one more thing. Okay, we need to check this also. If account is equal to null, then show error. No account exists with account number. We need the same with this function also. Okay, and return from here. Okay, otherwise check the transaction type. If this dot rad deposit dot is selected, okay, do the deposit. I think we don't need this. We have a built-in function return. Okay, if bank dot deposit account number and account, okay, show message transaction is successful. Okay, now clear the amount txt amount dot set text or update the balance txt balance dot set text. Okay, bank dot get account number dot get balance. String dot format $%.2f and balance. This will show the latest balance. Okay, else show error transaction failed. Try again. Okay, this is our program for transaction. Okay, now the withdraw. Else same copy and use the function withdraw. Okay, let's check it. Run and create account, checking account. Okay, 1001 and check the balance 0, transaction amount let's say 100 and do transaction. Okay, we need to call the do transaction. Else if source dot equals this dot btn do transaction and call this function. Okay, create 1001, check balance and transaction amount, let's say withdraw 100, 0 balance. Okay, error transaction failed because there is insufficient balance. And deposit do transaction is successful. Okay, transaction fee applied and we have the amount of 97. Okay, amount is shown here. This is the balance amount after deducting the transaction fee. This is a dummy application for the sake of learning Java programming. So these are not actual transactions in the bank. Normally we don't pay anything on deposit, and sometimes we pay some fee for withdrawals. Okay, now create savings account. Okay, savings, create. Next account is created. Let's say 2, and check balance is 0. Let's deposit 5,000. Do transaction. Okay, transaction is savings accounts, amount is deposited. Okay, now we need to implement these functions. Okay, private void calc interest. Okay, exception E, show error, E dot get message, and plus E dot toString. Okay, here parse the account number. Show interest earned. Okay, int account number integer dot parse this dot txt account number dot get text. Okay, now get the account is equal to bank dot get account. Okay, we need to check its savings account. If account instance of savings account, else show error, this is not a savings account. Okay, now display the interest. Okay, double interest is equal to savings account dot calc interest. Okay, show message. String dot format interest earned interest. Okay, that's it. Call this function. Else if source dot equals this dot btn calc interest, this dot calc interest. Okay, let's test it. Okay, create savings account. Why it does not clear? Let me check this. We need to create a group 1 2 3 buttons, commands, inputs. Okay, this is the problem. We need to have them within a button group so that we can only select single radio button. Okay, run. Okay, this will work now properly. Okay, so savings account, create savings account 1001, check balance 0. Let's say 10,000 or 15,000 deposit. Transaction failed because it is a withdraw, so deposit successful. Okay, deposited. Let's create a checking account. Create checking account. Okay, just for the sake of testing, apply. Okay, savings account, balance 0. Okay, now this is our checking account. If we show interest, it should show an error. Okay, this is not a savings account because interest is only applied to the savings account. Okay, savings account. Now error because 1002 is not a savings account. 1001 is a saving account. Balance 15,000. Okay, show interest. Okay, at 5. Okay, let me update this. Let's fold these to save the space. Faster scrolling. Okay, this is our calc interest function. Percentage. Okay, run and create saving account. Created. Balance 1001. Check balance 0. Add 25,000. Do transaction. Deposit. Transaction successful. Now check the interest. Okay, it earned 1250 at the rate of 5%. Okay, now I need to implement apply. Okay, private void apply interest. Apply interest will add interest earned to the account only for savings account. Okay, we copy the entire function, entire code here. Okay, now change it from this place. Okay, this one is calculated. Now we simply add bank.deposit interest. This will add, sorry, not bank, account number. Account dot get account number. Okay, update this one. Interest has been added. Now display balance, new balance. So this dot txt balance dot set text string dot format $%.2f and account dot get balance. Okay, let's check this function. Else if equals this dot btn apply interest. Okay, let's run this one. Create savings account, check balance, zero, add 25,000 as deposit, do transaction successful, check interest and apply interest. Okay, interest has been added and amount is increased. 25,000 added 1250. Thank you guys. This is the application and see you with the next video on the same project. I am going to implement a ATM interface. Bye bye.